It's that time of year again. The grocery store looks like a pink and red explosion. You've had to ask them to be your Valentine text sitting in your drafts for 3 days. You know exactly what you want to say. You've even checked your calendar to make sure you're free. But every time you go to hit send, your thumb hovers over the screen like it's electrified. Your heart rate spikes, your palms get damp, and you suddenly decide that actually, February 14th is a corporate scam, and you're better off staying home to watch a documentary about deep-sea squids. Why is it so hard? Why does asking one simple question feel like you're defusing a bomb in a crowded room? It's not just shyness. There is a complex psychological safety protocol running in your brain. Let's get into the psychology of why you can't ask them. First, we have to talk about the social risk-reward ratio. Your brain is an efficiency machine. When you think about asking someone to be your Valentine, your amygdala is running a high-speed simulation of the worst-case scenario. To your logical brain, the risk is a few seconds of awkwardness. But to your primal brain, rejection is a social death. In our evolutionary past, being rejected by the tribe meant you were out in the cold. So your brain treats a no to a Valentine's date with the same level of panic it would use for a predator. You aren't being dramatic. You're experiencing survival anxiety. Then there's the transparency illusion. This is a cognitive bias, where we think our internal feelings are way more obvious to others than they actually are. You feel like you're screaming your interest by the way you look at them, or the fact that you liked their last 3 Instagram stories. You think, if I ask now, I'll look desperate because it's already so obvious. But in reality, the other person is likely stuck in their own head, completely unaware of your signals. This disconnect creates a standoff of silence where both people are waiting for the other to make the first move. We also have to look at fear of vulnerability in the script. Valentine's Day comes with a massive pre-written cultural script. It's high stakes. It's not just do you want to grab coffee, it's do you want to participate in a globally recognized ritual of romantic intention. That high-intensity frequency is terrifying for people who prefer lower stimulation levels. By asking them to be your Valentine, you are forced to step out of the ambiguity zone, where you can pretend you're just friends, and into the vulnerability zone. And for many of us, that lack of an exit strategy makes our locus of control scream in protest. Now, let's talk about self-verification theory. This is a psychological theory that we want others to see us the same way we see ourselves. If you have a bit of a fixed mindset or low self-esteem, you might subconsciously believe you aren't the kind of person who gets a Valentine. When you think about asking someone, your brain hits a cognitive dissonance wall. Thinks, wait, if I ask and they say yes, then my whole identity as the unlovable observer is wrong. Sometimes, it feels safer to stay in the known status of being alone than to risk the unknown status of being wanted. Finally, there's anticipatory regret. We are much more sensitive to the pain of a loss than the pleasure of a gain. You're overweighting the what if they say no, and underweighting the what if they say yes, and we have a great time. You are simulating failure instead of simulating success. Your brain is trying to protect you from a future hurt that hasn't even happened yet. So how do you break the standoff? Lower the stakes. Stop trying to follow the script. Instead of a grand romantic gesture, try direct vulnerability. Hey, I'm nervous to ask this, but would you be my Valentine? Acknowledging the glitch in your system actually makes you more relatable and lowers the other person's guard too. Are you the person who sends the text, or the person who waits for the text? Let me know in the comments. Let's see who's winning the simulated standoff this year. If you want to understand why your heart does weird things to your head, hit that subscribe button. Go hit send. Worst case scenario? You're back to the deep sea squids. They're pretty cool anyway. I'll see you in the next one.